Hey you lovely ladies, my name is Dawn, I'm a fitness coach and I just wanted to share my own story of the menopause and my journey of how it's gone from last year. So last year, beginning of the year, probably about January, February time, I've always been really fit and active, obviously because of my job. I used to be a gymnast as a child, always really positive. And I started noticing I was feeling quite anxious, quite stressed a lot. I was starting to get a lot of joint pain, especially through my elbows, which was really affecting my own training. A bit of hot flushes, but nothing too much. But it was more the emotional side. I had anxiety and it just wasn't me at all. I didn't tell anyone. I almost felt a bit stupid a bit. I was forgetting things and I just kind of thought, I'm gonna cope with this. I've never ever felt like this, but I just didn't want to share it with anyone. So I carried on and I got to about August and things were really starting to get quite bad, to the point where it was affecting my relationship a little bit, because obviously it's really hard for someone that you live with when you're completely changing, when you're quite emotional and you don't know why. So anyway, it got to the point where I was not wanting to get out of bed. I was feeling very anxious just about going to see my clients, totally unlike me. And it got to the point where one morning I woke up and I just thought, I can't do this. I just can't face my day. So I did the most weirdest thing for me. I got in my car and I drove all the way to Bournemouth. Now Bournemouth is a really special place. It's where my mum and dad's ashes are, and it's where we've got a bench, and it's where all my holidays were as a child. So it's like really close to my heart. So I don't know why, I just thought I've got to get down to Bournemouth and feel close to my parents. It was really strange. So all the way down, I cried. Quite scary. I almost turned back, but I just carried on. Stopped off at some services where we've always stopped as a family. It's always had happy memories, and I just sat crying, looking out the window thinking, what am I doing? Got to Bournemouth and just straight away I just walked down to where my mum and dad's bench was, and I just sat on the bench crying and just thinking, what has happened to me? This is so unlike me. Like, I am so confident normally. Walked along the beach, just looking at people, looking all happy and thinking, why do I feel this sad? I didn't meet my sisters, I didn't meet my daughter, I didn't meet my husband. I just walked. Then I sat on the beach and I just remember closing my eyes and thinking, if I lay on the beach now and I close my eyes and I don't wake up, I don't even care. And that was the hardest thing, because that really scared me, because I'm like, what on earth? Where's this coming from? This is not me. Anyway, I got back to the car and I rang my husband and told him where I was, and he was shocked. Like, he couldn't believe I was in Bournemouth for a start. Obviously it was such a shock to him. I was trying to explain I didn't know why I was there. I just needed to be there, and he just wanted me to come home and just drive carefully and make sure I was all right when I got home. Anyway, when I got home, I thought, right, this is really got to be sorted out. There's something really wrong with me. I don't know what it is. Maybe I've got depression. So I booked an appointment with the doctor, and it was a male doctor, and no real support at all. Told him what had happened, told him about the few months that had built up to it and how I was feeling, and basically made out that it was probably lack of sleep, probably a bit stressed with my job, and maybe I should take some sleeping pills or something like that to help me, but nothing else. No support. I was really tearful as well, but nothing. So anyway, I had one of the tablets for one night, and then that was it. I didn't have them again because they made me feel awful. A few weeks later, I just thought, I've got to go back to the doctors, and so I asked for a female doctor, and I saw this most amazing lady who was actually a trainee. She asked my age, and it was 53, and she was like, Dawn, do you think we should do some tests? Because I think you're probably in the menopause. I hadn't even thought about the menopause whatsoever. It didn't even cross my mind. I've always thought, well, okay, I'm fit and healthy. I'm sure I can cope with the menopause, but no. It was definitely something I never thought about. So she offered to do some blood tests, and when they came back, it confirmed I was definitely post-menopause. So I'd obviously been through the perimenopause and hadn't even realised, and then it just hit me like a train, like without warning. That was amazing, because then I had an answer for how I'd been behaving, how I'd been feeling. I suddenly started to share my story with people, my clients, other people on my Instagram page, and the amount of people that came back to me and said, oh my God, this happened to me, or this is happening to me right now, or maybe it could be what's going on for me. I got so much support and felt a completely different person. Straight away, I felt like a weight had been lifted, because suddenly I thought, right, I now know what this is. And I'm not going to blame myself. I'm not going to blame myself for feeling sad sometimes or feeling really emotional and really stressed. I'm in a completely different place now, 54. Still get a bit stressed sometimes, very emotional sometimes, but the main thing is I completely understand why I have these things. I give myself time to rest. I give my time to take time out if I need it. And it's just a great place to be right now. So I'm just telling you this story because if there's any women out there who feel like I did, and I know there are because I had lots of messages from ladies who felt very, very similar, quite scary. Please, please, please just take a moment to think about where you're at, and then go and at least go and speak to your doctor. Maybe talk to people around you in your family if you can, because honestly their support means so much. So I just want to let you know this story, just to hopefully help you as much as I can.